Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us live again. Um, my name is Dr. G, and I'm with High Touch High Tech of Maine. And joining me today are Lightning Liam and Explorer E. And today we're going to have a lot of fun doing something that we typically tell you that you cannot do, which is what are we going to do?
Use our taste.
Use our sense of taste to make observations. So typically, when we talk about observations, we say that we use scientists use all their five senses to make observations, but you can only taste if it's safe. So today is one of those cases. Are you ready? Okay. So we are going to make something that is called slushy or whatever, however you know that. And we are going to talk a little bit about the science behind it. So what is slushy?
It's a cold drink.
It's a cold drink. Is it
Usually like ice cream with.
does it have pieces of ice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shaved, shavings of ice.
Like shaved ice. Yeah, very good. So what's the difference? Liam said ice cream. What's the difference between ice cream and slushy? Yeah.
I think the slushy is more like a drink than like eating with your mouth, because like the ice cream is more harder than the slushy.
Okay.
If you have a cup, well, you can't eat ice cream in a cup, but if you're a straw,
Yeah.
that means it's
Got it.
mostly a drink.
Right. So ice cream usually is a little bit more solid and less liquid, right? Right? But slushy will be
Like solid and liquid.
solid and liquid together. What else? Another difference. Think about the word cream in ice cream. Cream is made of milk, right? Do we have milk in slushy?
Maybe you could, but no.
You don't have milk in slushy. If you put milk in slushy, it will be no longer slushy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a flavored, usually juice flavored drink that is part ice, part very cold water. So how do we make that type of mixture, right? You know what mixture is? Two things together. Yeah.
It's like a solid and like
Yeah.
gas or liquid
Yeah,
together.
very good. So it's a mixture of solid and liquid together, and that's what makes this slushy texture. So how do we make solid and liquid together at the same time? What are we going to do?
Well, I don't really know, but
You can guess.
I think that we are going to like put it in a cup and like put them at, maybe not at the same time, but one and then the solid maybe first or the liquid first, and then it should mix, and then like I think the ice will kind of.
The ice will help it getting colder, right?
And slushier.
And you say slushier, just like if you live where we are living in southern Maine, we see a lot of slush during the winter, right? So some of the snow is melting, but a lot of the snow is still in like the snow form, so we see slush, right? So that's what we are going to do here, but it will be much tastier than the slush outside in the winter, right? I hope you don't taste this one. So what actually will make it getting colder?
Salt.
And
Ice.
ice. Yeah, very good. The ice will actually cool down the water, right, and make it colder, and we'll start making those little areas where the water will become ice, right? Little pieces of ice. Very good. Or shaved ice, like Liam said. So I tend to have very cold hands. Let's see what happens when I put my cold hands, on Liam, who usually has very warm hands. Are you feeling colder, warmer? What do you feel?
I just feel like a little bit colder, but like not really.
Yeah, so I transfer some of the cold through Liam's skin to his body, right? In the same way, the ice will start transferring the cold to the water, and we'll start little by little freezing it. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So it's called heat transfer. Try it once. Take a piece of something cold from the refrigerator, put it on your skin. You will feel how it transfers the cold to your body, right? In the same way, the ice will be transferring the cold to the water and will be cooling it down, right? Making it partially solid. I bet you're ready to do the experiment, are you? Okay, so now that we know the science behind it, let's see what we need. So we need some type of juice. It doesn't matter what type of juice. It's best if you have some type of natural juice. So we brought some grape juice. And we will need a cup of grape juice, and we will pour it into a small sandwich bag. Okay, so go ahead, boys, and measure a cup. One of you can hold it open and go ahead and measure a cup. Measure to the cup first. Wait.
Can you hold this?
Yeah, I can hold it. I can do something too.
No, you can't.
I can help. Okay, perfect. Stop.
Oh, there's a cup.
Okay, perfect. Now,
So good.
smells good. Very good. Now look what I'm doing. It's really important to get the air out. So I'm kind of lowering my hands to the bottom where the juice is. Can you see me? And then, without pushing too much, I'm trying to push the air out, and then I'm sealing it. So make sure that it's sealed really good, because
You don't want it to pop.
yeah, you don't want it to pop, because then your slushy will be all over the freezing bag, and that won't be yummy. Okay, so that's where our liquid is, right? That's what we want to start cooling down. In the other bag will be like a refrigerator, right? Yeah, if you ever made ice cream, so the bowl has to be really cold, right? So that will be like our refrigerator, right? And naturally, what do we need it to be?
Ice.
Right, cold. So we want ice.
Yeah.
So put about 10, go ahead boys, put about 10, I'll bring it. 10 cups of ice. I'm sorry, 10 cubes of ice. You can put more.
1, 2,
Go ahead. Yeah, at least, I think more. Yeah.
Put them in there, boys.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more. Okay. And now we want to add salt. Now, I know that our instructions are calling for rock salt, but any salt would work. If you've never heard it before, that's a good time to ask, why do we need salt? Why do you think we add salt?
So maybe if like we put it in there, it would. Well,
Why do we add salt into our bag with ice?
turn it into water or melt it?
Okay, very good. So salt is lowering the freezing point or melting point, right, of ice, right? So usually ice freezes, do you know which temperature?
32.
32 Fahrenheit. Scientists usually are measuring in Celsius. Do you know? It's really easy to remember. Do you know how much Celsius it is? 0. So it's really easy to remember. So 32 Fahrenheit is when water is freezing or ice is melting, depends which point you're coming from. However, when you add salt, it's lowering the melting and freezing point to minus 4 Celsius. So it will be approximately, let's say 22 Fahrenheit, right? So that really, maybe a little bit higher. That really helps. Why? Because it will melt the ice, and the ice will be able to kind of cover our bag of juice like a blanket. It will surround it, right? And we'll be able to cool it in a more efficient way, right? because the ice, if you look at it closely, right, there are like a lot of holes in between. But once you start adding the salt in, it will start filling in the holes and will allow it to be more snugly for the juice bag inside. Does it make sense? So think about a blanket that surrounds you, right? So it will make this little blanket that surrounds the juice, but it won't be warm, it will be a cold blanket. So let's add this salt now that we understand what it does, lowering the melting point and allowing to really cover the entire bag with cold. Let's measure about a cup of salt. As I said, rock salt is better, but any salt will work. So this half a cup, thanks for asking, Eli. You may not heard, but Eli was asking if it's a cup. So that's half a cup. How many half cups we need?
2.
Yeah, about 2. Yeah, but that's finer salt than the rock salt, so probably half will be enough. You really cannot go wrong with that. Putting a little bit more is okay. So why won't we stop here? Looks like plenty. And pour it inside. Okay, very good.
You can see it going in there.
Yeah, so yeah, Liam just said you can see it going in there. Look what it's doing. It starts filling up those gaps, right? The salt is filling up those gaps. In a few seconds it will start melting our ice, right? So it will essentially be colder, but still it will be liquid, right? That's a pretty cool trick. But it's science, it's not magic. So now that we have our cooling mixture ready, we can just double check that our juice bag is sealed. Make sure it's sealed well. Very good. And now, ta-da, we're ready.
Ooh, yeah.
You're ready for the fun. So how are we going to do it?
We're probably gonna shake.
We're gonna shake, so stand up.
We wanna shake.
Stand up. And we need about 5 minutes of friends. You have some energy. It's a good way to move your body. So it's best if you have some friends. I'll hand it to Liam. Maybe siblings with you, or maybe your parents are at home and they're ready to get up and moving with you a little bit. So shake till your hands are cold and then give it to your sibling or mom or dad or whoever is at home with you today. And you can play hot potatoes.
Oh,
And
potato,
try to- Just make sure you're safe.
Cold potato.
And keep moving. As long as you keep moving, shake, shake, shake. And when you are tired,
Too
your hands are
long.
cold.
Too long.
So it's important that you shake your body, but it's more important that you will shake the bag, okay? Shake the bag. You see? Just make sure you're not tearing up the bag. Okay, try to be mindful of not tearing up the bag because that will create a big mess. How many minutes did we do it? Take a break. Warm up your hands. Next, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Shake. Yeah, make sure you're not tearing up the bag. But the push on the bag, it's more like the movement, because then all the salt and the ice will be all over the place. Okay. Cold? Yeah, I know. Take off your sweatshirt. Surrounded with a sweatshirt. You wanna bring your bag?
I got mine.
You ready? Okay.
Wait, I don't understand.
Okay. Liam brought a rug, so it will be less cold for the hands. So you can just hold it like that. Maybe a pillow, please. Just ask your mom that you can do it, or dad, or whoever is at home.
I think it's
Before you get on something, you have to take something. Almost ready. 3 minutes. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we need a song.
1, 2, 3,
Shake
4,
it
5.
off.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake it. Shake it. Slushy, slushy, slushy. Shake it.
Okay, here. Keep going. Liam, shaking the bag. the bag. My dogs want slushy too. Look, it's okay. You ready? You're not cold? Did you warm up enough? Good, baby. That's enough.
It's kind of hard with the round. I think it's ready.
I think it's ready. Give it another 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
11,
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, time to check. Let's see what we did. What did the chemistry do? So remember, we are talking about freezing and melting. Ooh. And look at that. So that's pretty slushy, right? It doesn't look like the liquid juice that we had here just 5 minutes ago, right? Look at the difference. It clearly worked. You can see that there is some solid surrounded by liquid inside. Look what happened to our ice bag. You see, some of it melted, but it's colder than the ice from the refrigerator. So now is the fun part. Liam and Eli don't want to try it, so okay. Can you bring me a spoon? It's probably easier.
Yes.
Now it's time to pour and enjoy. You can reuse those bags. Just wash them off and reuse them again. When you make another slushie. It's good. Liam, cups. Thank you.
Cups?
Oh, I'm sorry. Spoons. Sorry, baby. How did we do?
Pretty horrible.
Not really. How did we do? We did good. Okay. If you don't like it, you're not going to try it. Okay. Get a straw. And
can I add some regular water to it?
Get a straw and enjoy. Of course, if you want to add a little bit of juice to make it more slushy, or just let it stand on the table for a second, it will melt by itself. So enjoy it and have a nice weekend. Be safe, and we'll be back on Monday.